So first of all, my obeisance to my Gurudev, Gurupad Padma Nitila Prabhistam Vishnupada Stutarashat. Nitila Prabhistam Vishnupada Stutarashat, Shashaman Bhakti Maharaj. Their lotus feet, which remove all the fear, my Dandavad pranams again and again to their lotus feet. And also after that, my obeisances to Nitila Prabhistam Vishnupada Stutarashat, Shashaman Bhakti Swami Maharaj. And also to
Prabhucharan Sripad Madhavaraj Maharaj Narsingh Maharaj,
Srila Swami Maharaj, Madhava Maharaj, Narsingh Maharaj. So to the feet of all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, please accept my Dandavat pranams according to your eligibility. So we are entering the 23rd chapter of 10th canto. So 10th canto. So yesterday we heard the 22nd chapter, today is 23rd chapter. So how did Krishna and Gopis, they did so many joking, like laughing and joking, and then Krishna, again he returned the clothes of the Gopis. So Krishna, to teach the jivas of this world, he gave so many teachings. So you heard about it. And after that,
और गायों की चारण करते हुए थोड़ा जमुना के तट पर
grazing the cows, Krishna came to the banks of the Jamuna.
ये कथा भी हम लोग श्रवण किया था.
So listen about it.
जिसमें कृष्ण लोक शिक्षा के लिए
Krishna to teach the jivas, he
वृक्ष आदि की परोपकार, उनकी सेवा की भावना कैसे,
he said about the trees, how they are serving so much.
वर्णन किया गया है, जिस कथा हम कल श्रवण कर
Like yesterday we heard.
जन्म साफलम देहिनाम यो देहिषु प्राणी अर्थ धिया वाचा श्रेय आचरण सदा. इस लोक में
In this verse explains
बुद्धि एवं वचनों के द्वारा
how we can,
सदा सर्वदा
we should always serve
मंगल करना चाहिए.
all the living entities, like we should have tried to give auspiciousness to all the living entities with our body, mind, words and thoughts. The human beings, their duty is to do well to others.
The
human being who does not do this, a human being who is only interested in his own food and maintain his own body, so a human being who is always absorbed in his own food and maintaining his own body, he's not so much higher than an animal. Like, the animals, they do this, like eat, sleep, defending and mating, isn't it? So Shastra explains, what is the meaning of a human life? It's to do well to others without any desire for, like, without cause or without interest, personal interest. You should do well to others, like serve others or donation to others. The highest donation you can give to someone is preaching holy names and Bhagavad Katha.
सभी पुंसांग परो धर्म जतो भक्ति अदुष्कजे अहेतु की अप्रतिहता ज्ञात्मा संप्रसिद्धति. भगवान की प्रसन्नता के लिए एक ही क्या करना है?
So
आत्म धर्म में प्रतिष्ठित होकर के, आत्म धर्म में प्रतिष्ठित होकर के.
So being established in the Atma Dharma, the nature of your soul, and if you do bhajan and sadhan, you should also engage others in bhajan and sadhana. So you have to do bhajan yourself and also help others, also engaging them in sadhana and
पशु में
bhajan.
ये सब नहीं होता है।
So the animals, they don't have
केवल
this.
अपनी चारों चीजें
The animals, they are always absorbed in four
eating,
things:
sleeping, defending,
eating,
and
sleeping, defending, and
mating।
mating.
मनुष्य भी उसी प्रकार ही है।
So the human beings are also like that.
स्वभाव सिद्ध कहा गया। किंतु
because it's natural,
विशेष क्या है?
but the speciality in the human beings is that
और दूसरे
they can do Bhagavad bhajan and also to help others in doing bhajan as well.
इसकी के लक्ष्य करके स्वयं कृष्ण
So Krishna himself,
वृक्ष की उदाहरण दे रहे हैं।
he gave the examples of the trees.
ये वृक्ष आदि होकर के
He said, look at these trees.
स्थावर कहा जाता है, माने जो चल नहीं पाते।
They cannot walk. They are like
देखो ये
you know, the trees, they don't move.
पत्र पुष्प फल छाया,
The trees with their fruits, flowers,
छिलका बलकल,
they offer everything, sacrifice everything for the benefit of others. Even if you burn the tree and you make it in ashes, turn into ashes, then later you can use these ashes as like a fertilizer in the lands, in the soil, in the fields, you know. So like this, Swayam Bhagavan told,
देहिनां देहिषु देहिनामिह देहिषु प्राणी अर्थरिधियार वाचा स्य आचरणं सदा। इस प्रकार स्वयं भगवान कृष्ण,
so like this, Swayam Bhagavan Krishna,
वृक्ष आदि की अभिवादन करते हुए प्रशंसा आदि करते हुए
he's glorifying the trees.
आगे चले और जमुना में स्नान आदि किया,
and then he bathed in the Jamuna and
बछड़े आदि को भी जलपान कराया।
he also gave water to his cows.
समुद्रिष्टा शीतलः शिवः ततो निप स्वयं गोपाः कामं साधु पपुर जलम। हे राजन परीक्षित महाराज,
Hey king, hey Parikshit Maharaj. So like this,
भगवान कृष्ण
Swayam Bhagavan Krishna,
शीतल जल और निर्मल जल जो है गायों के जो है पान कराया।
he gave this pure water of the Jamuna to the cows to drink, and then Krishna himself,
अत्यंत सुमिष्ट साधु जल भी पान किया।
he also drank very pure water. He and his friends, Krishna and his friends, drank pure water.
तस्साववाने कामं चरन्त पोषुना नृपः कृष्ण राम उपगमं कुदार्थ इदं ब्रुवम्। सुखदेव गोस्वामी पाद कहने लगे,
So Shukadeva Goswami Pada told, hey king,
इसी प्रकार
like this,
गोप बालकगण
the Gopa
कृष्ण और कृष्ण
boys, means Krishna and his friends,
जमुना की निकटवर्ती वन में यथेच्छ रूप में पशुचारण आदि करने लगे।
so they started grazing the cows near the Jamuna, and in the end,
जो है
the friends of Krishna,
होकर के
they're like hungry, they're feeling hungry.
तड़पने लगे।
They wanted food because nobody can stay only drinking water, you know, we want food as well. So the Sakas told,
जानी खुदार्त होकर के माने भूख में तड़पते कहने लगे, हे राम कृष्ण,
feeling hungry, they told,
भोजन की
hey Ram and Krishna, arrange some food for us.
यहाँ पर शास्त्रकार और
So
टीकाकारों
in the commentary explains that
उस दिन
that day,
भगवान के पास जोगमाया की इच्छा से
by desire of Jogamaya, Dandavad,
कृष्ण और कृष्ण के सखाओं
Krishna and his friends,
उनके माताओं के दिए हुए जो कलावा जो है
the food generally that the mother sent to them,
दोपहर के समय भोजन जो है
because their mother sent some, like some, how to say, like a tiffin box with food. So they forgot to bring their tiffin box, like their food. So the Sakas told to their friends, to his friends, sorry. What did he say?
महाबाहो कृष्ण दुष्ट निर्वहन ऐसा वै बाधते खुन्नसन्ति कर्तुम अथः। हे महाबाहो राम, हे दुष्ट दमन करने वाले।
So the friends of Krishna told him, actually,
हम लोग भूख में,
hey Krishna, we are feeling so much hungry,
और इसके लिए कुछ विधान करें,
arrange something.
जितने प्रकार के रोग है,
so all kinds of the diseases, what is the the biggest disease. Means the fire in the stomach, means the feeling hungry. The hunger is the worst disease. You see, all the diseases, they have medicine, but if you are feeling hungry, only one medicine you must eat. So you cannot live without the food, isn't it? So so this sloka in Sanskrit is saying, we so here Vishwanath Chakravarti says, we are suffering because of we are feeling so hungry. Give us food, arrange something. So if you're feeling hungry, whatever people give you, even if somebody sings you a very nice song or gives you nice clothes, like maybe it's a winter and they give you like warm clothes, you'll say, no, I just want food, give me food to eat, you know, understand? So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti wrote in the commentary, look, who is our greatest enemy is the hunger. So destroy this our great enemy means arrange some food for us. The friends of Krishna told him. So when here the friends of Krishna call him Mahabahu, like you with powerful arms, actually the friends are saying to Krishna, you destroy all the demons, you are so powerful. So this great enemy of our hunger, please destroy this our great enemy, means our hunger. So the friends of Krishna are calling Krishna as Mahabahu, means you destroy great enemies, yes, but who is our greatest enemy now with us is our hunger. So then Shukadeva Goswami Pada said, hey Maharaj Parikshit, listen.
Iti vignapito gopir bhagavano devake suto bhartaya viprabharjaya prasidan and eva bravit. Is prakar Shukadeva Goswami Pada.
So like this, Shukadeva Goswami Pada told, hey king, Bhagavan Shri Krishna, listening to the request of his friends, Krishna told, look, nearby here, there's these Brahmanas of Mathura, they are doing, trying to get Swargaloka, and they are doing pious deeds to try to attain to Swargaloka. So they are doing fire sacrifice. So Krishna, Balaram and their friends grazing cows. That day, they came very far from Vrindavan. They came just near the border of Mathura. So the Brahmanas, they are doing what in that place? They are doing fire sacrifice.
Jasate sarga kamaya. वह समस्त अंगिरस ब्राह्मणगण.
So these Brahmanas,
सत्र मने यज्ञ आदि अनुष्ठान कर रहे हैं.
They were doing fire sacrifice.
किस लिए?
Why?
सर्ग कामया.
Sorry. To attain Swarga. To attain Swarga. To attain to Swarga. That's why. Then Krishna told his friends, go to these Brahmanas. Certainly they will arrange something for you to eat.
क्योंकि शास्त्र में लिखा गया,
because Shastra explains that
ये ब्राह्मण लोग
the Brahmanas, they are so religious, you know. So
तपो विद्या धर्म अधिकसोपि विप्रेषु भक्ता भावात् न प्रसादस्तप आदि इति शुरू। देखो,
so look,
बहुत समस्त ब्राह्मण लोग,
all these Brahmanas,
तपस्या करने वाले,
they are doing austerities.
तपस्या किसको कहते हैं?
What is austerity?
शरीर को
Means if you
दिन की तप कहा जाता है।
this heat or this trouble you give to your body, you know.
दुख कष्ट आदि सहन करते।
So to do austerity means to tolerate sufferings and
ब्राह्मण लोग भी
bad
विद्वान
things
भी होते हैं
to your body, done to your body. So the Brahmanas, they are so religious, and that's why
धर्म विशिष्ट ब्राह्मणों के पास जाकर के है आप लोग भिक्षा जानी भोजन के लिए प्रार्थना आदि करें।
So go to these Brahmanas and pray to them to give some food.
इसी प्रकार
So like this, Krishna,
अपने सखाओं के जो है कहने लगे,
he told his friends,
आप लोग जाइए,
you should go.
इस प्रकार कृष्ण की कथा सुन करके गोप लोग वहां पर पहुंचे जहां पर मथुरा के ब्राह्मण लोग यज्ञ आदि कर रहे थे।
So
किंतु आश्चर्य की बात है,
they went
ब्राह्मण लोग
to the Brahmanas, the friends of Krishna, but
भोजन कराना तो बहुत दूर की बात
not to
है,
speak of feeding them,
उल्टा सीधा गाली देने लगे।
they even insulted the Sakas, saying, hey,
हम लोग अभी जगह समाप्त भी नहीं किया,
we didn't even finish our fire sacrifice, didn't give the Purnahati, like ending the fire sacrifice, and you came before we finish it. So they started like insulting, like swearing them, like, oh, you are only grazing cows, so you don't have this intelligence, huh?
तो उल्टी सीधा गाय क्या बोले, गाली भी दे दिया, तिरस्कृत किया।
So they like kind of swore the Gopas. So they didn't give anything and like insulted them, like being so rude with them and treating very bad. And then the Sakas became upset and they came to Krishna. And Krishna told, listen one thing. You can see that generally the heart of the man is hard, but the heart of the mothers is more soft. It's softer. So Krishna told, look, the Brahmanas didn't give us food, yes, but you should go to the wife of these Brahmanas, the wives. But you can say, how will they give? So Krishna told, no. Look, because they are women, so they will give you. If you say, oh, but we already tried, the Brahmanas didn't give, then Krishna told, you know, the beggars, they should be equal in honor and dishonor. Understand?
साधु भोजन ये क्या बोले, भिखारी के लिए क्या होना चाहिए, मान अपमान में समबुद्धि.
So the beggar should be equal in honor and dishonor.
तुलसीदास जी रामचरितमानस में भी,
Tulsidas in the Ramcharitmanas he told,
भिखारी कोई मान चाहे और असती नारी,
if some beggar wants honor,
आदि कामना करें, ये कभी संभव नहीं है. भिखारी को
and if some chaste lady also wants,
होकर के चला, यदि एक व्यक्ति नहीं है दूसरी भगा दिया, तो उसकी संदर्भ में कृष्ण मानो कहने लगी, देखो जिसके भोजन करना है भिखारी होते हैं,
so
वो मान अपमान में समबुद्धि रखते हैं.
Krishna told that
साधु भोजन ये क्या बोले, भिखारी के लिए क्या होना चाहिए, मान
that the
अपमान में
beggars, they should be same in honor and dishonor.
तुलसीदास जी रामचरितमानस में भी लिखा है।
Tulsidas in the Ramacharitamanus also explains.
भिखारी कोई मान चाहे,
if the beggar wants some honor,
और असती नारी कोई स्वर्ग आदि कामना करे,
and if a chaste lady wants to attain swarga and other things like that, those desires for higher planes, it's not possible.
भिखारी को क्या करने, मानहीन मन दीनहीन होकर के चलो, यदि एक व्यक्ति नहीं है दूसरी बात के पास जाओ, दूसरी तीसरी जाओ.
Because if a beggar doesn't get the food, he can go to other people until he attains.
भिक्षा जो वृत्ति जो है, उसके मान अपमान को क्या करना पड़ेगा?
So those who are asking for donations, they should
सहन करना चाहिए.
Tolerate.
भगवान श्री कृष्ण
Man and Apiman means honor and dishonor. So Bhagavan Krishna, to teach the people of this world, he told all these things.
हम लोग की जो आश्रम में रह रहे हैं,
so we are living in the ashram, in the temple. The name of our ashram is Bhikshashram. Which ashram? Bhikshashram.
इसलिए समस्त जो सन्यासी के नीचे क्या लिखा रहता है?
Under the name of all the sannyasis, it's saying Tridandi Bhikshu.
किंतु वास्तव हम लोग के क्या है? त्रिदंडी.
Actually, we are Tridandi Bhikshu.
गुरुदेव भी लिखते हैं.
Gurudev wrote also, used to write Tridandi Bhikshu, Srila Bhaktivedanta, Srila Narayana. He would write his name like this. So we have this Bhiksha Vritti, means the tendency of asking for donations, means live on donations, begging alms. So time to time, for preaching, we are maybe saying different, but like for preaching, maybe we are developing or something like that. But if you really analyze, the name of our ashram is Ramesh? Bhiksha Ashram. Means we live on begging alms. So Gurudev also used to say, which kind of rice there you eat? There's one rice called Sila rice. We should not offer to the deity this Sila rice. It's one kind of rice that is like cooked or boiled 2 times or something. It's called Sila rice. We should not offer it to the deity. Hari Bhaktivilasa explains.
उसके यहाँ तक भी लिखा गया शिलाचार ठाकुर के भोग लगानो मतलब क्या मद्य मत्स्य आदि के बारे में कहा गया.
And if you offer, it's just like
आमिष भोजन कहा जाता है.
Like fish. It's like offering fish. This kind of rice. So you can read in Hari Bhaktivilasa. I'm not saying.
इसलिए उसको जो है
so
भी लिखा गया शिलाचार ठाकुर के भोग लगानो मतलब क्या मद्य मत्स्य आदि के बारे में कहा गया है. उसके आमिष भोजन कहा जाता है. यही होता है शास्त्र. शास्त्र हरिभक्ति विलास में इसी.
So in Hari Bhakti Vilas is saying, you can read. I'm not saying.
इसलिए उसको जो है
so
लोग जो है
some people
के जो है वो शिला चावल जो है वो भोग नहीं लगाते ठाकुर.
They don't offer this Shila rice, one kind of rice, to the deity.
ठाकुर जी के भोग लगाओ कैसे?
So you have to offer food to the deity. Which kind?
हम लोग जिसको आतप चावल कहते हैं. आतप चावल
this atab rice.
कच्चा चावल. चावल तो कच्चा ही.
Kacha rice, like raw rice or some special kind of rice. So some kind of distinction in the types of rice. I don't know proper translation, I'm sorry. So because we live in the Bhiksha Ashram, means we're living on donations, begging alms. So whatever you get, so if you go for asking donation, you think in everyone's houses there will be this kacha rice. Like whatever you get, you just accept. If this kind of rice, that kind of rice, or rice, raw rice, or whatever kind, or cooked rice, or anyway. Actually, all these rules of Hari Bhakti Vilas is for Vaishnavas who are absorbing Lord and who are grihastas and rich. The rules are for them. Understand? But those who are in Bhikshashram, like living on begging alms, whatever they get, sometimes maybe they'll get good rice, sometimes bad rice, sometimes sila rice. Because the sadhus at that time, they didn't have land or anything. They were just living on donations. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Pada also, he told that those who are beggars, they should have same they should be equal in honor and dishonor, because if you don't give donation in one place, then you go to another person's house, etc. So even they say that the treasure of a king may be empty, but the beggars, the pots where they take the donations, it's never empty. Because you go to 10 people's houses and at least someone will give you something, you know. Will give or not? Will give. Understand? So in the beginning when I came to Navadvip, I was wearing white clothes yet, still. And then I was going for Bhiksha with that Maharaj who lives in Govardhan. What is his name? Akinchana Maharaj. I went with him. In Navadvip nobody was giving donation, but after 1 hour wandering to many different houses, we got some donation. Because if you go to 10 different houses, you get something, yes. So you should not feel disappointed. So Krishna told to his friends,
क्या जी?
मशीन लगी थी। इतना
है तो ठीक, किंतु अधिकारी बने हमारे गोस्वामी लोग जो है।
So depends on their qualification, eligibility. Like our Goswamis, they used to live on Madhukari begging alms, but where they used to take?
उसमें जो है उस समय विचार भी रखते थे।
They used to take Madhukari in Brahmana's houses. So they used to go to the house of people. Because, for example, if you go to ask donation in someone who is not proper in following the rules, maybe this person has like things which are not eatable in his house, like onion, garlic. So if you eat from his house or something like that, then it will be bad. But for those who are avadut, then it's different. These rules are not there. The person can eat, but
इसलिए उसमें भी लिखा है चैतन्य
Charitamrita is saying
विप्रो ने ब्राह्मण घर में वो लोग माधुकरी करते थे.
So the Goswamis, they used to do madhukari, begging alms and food from the house of Brahmanas. So there were strict rules in the society at that time. You see, Mahaprabhu, for example, he was staying in the house of Shudra, but going for madhukari in whose house? House of a Brahmana. So when Mahaprabhu was in Kashi, Mahaprabhu was staying in the house. He used to eat in the house of Tapan Mishra, but stay in the house of Chandrasekhar. Understand? So at that time also, the rules of the society were like this. So if you eat from someone's hands, your mind maybe, like your intelligence may be corrupted. So must be offered to Lord, and also you should see who is this person, because how the person is, this will reflect upon you. So if the person who is cooking is not good behavior, though doesn't have good behavior, as bad behavior, this will affect you. So we have to analyze this. So whatever comes and then you just eat. Not everyone is avadut. Those who are avadut, okay. Those who are like Shiva, they can drink the poison, is no problem. So I'm not saying anything bad against anyone. So those who are very high, they can digest, no problem. So they can eat pakora and many things and no problem. But if I have some stomach problem, I have a stomach problem though, if I eat these things, then my body will not be healthy, will not be good, will be bad. So why will I waste my health body, my health? My mother taught me, don't waste your health body, like don't spoil your health body. So your health is okay, so if you eat bad things, then you'll be like going to the toilet, like you cannot maintain your health, eating many things like bad things. So some people, they can digest many different kinds of food and okay, they eat, no problem. Those who are young, those who are 20 or 22 years old, for example.
लड़की शादी होनी है, लड़की की उम्र हो गया है, देखने आया तुम्हारा उम्र क्या है, बोले बाबा बोले बाओ कितने हो, माँ बोले आओ कौन।
समझ में आया?
उम्र तो बड़ वाले पेट वाले उम्र क्या है, बोले बाबा पिताजी कहते हैं 12 या 13 है, माँ बोलता नहीं उससे भी कम है।
हाँ समझे नहीं? हाँ भाई उसी प्रकार है, भजन राज्य में उसी प्रकार है।
So in the realm of bhakti also. So some cooked rice or cooked grains not cooked by Vaishnavas. So if you eat something which is cooked by non-devotees, if you can tolerate or digest that, like you know, you can take. Otherwise your intelligence will be lost, like be spoiled. So the brahmacharis have to be careful. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita is saying, what is the teaching of Mahaprabhu?
বিষয়ীর অন্ন খাইলে মলিন হয় মন, মলিন মনে কৃষ্ণে না হয় স্মরণ। ये भी है, ठीक है। विषय के अन्न तुम खा लिए तो चित्त दूषित हो जाएगा।
But if you eat the food of
कृष्ण भजन कैसे होगा?
materialist, then your mind will be contaminated and you'll not have the desire anymore to do bhajan. Your mind will not have the desire anymore to chant holy names if you eat the food from materialists. So there's a teaching also. Those who are qualified, they can do madhukari and eat like from this cooked food stuff from other places, but those who are not qualified, not. That's why in the Gaudiya Math we don't have madhukari. We don't take donation of food which is already cooked, but we take donation of food which is raw food stuff. We take donation of that, like for example wheat, flour, rice, whatever, but raw, raw. And with our own hands we cook, and with our own hands we offer to the deity, and then with our own hands we eat also. Bolo Vrindavana Bihari. So everything ours, like we did ourselves. But in other sampradayas, they take midday, noon, they take a bucket, going to different persons' houses, and getting madhukari, means cooked food stuff. And they say we are niragni, like we don't touch the fire, they say. In Bhagavad Gita explains that the sadhu should be niragni, means he should not even touch the fire. Actually, it says that the sannyasis should not cook with fire. The sannyasis, it's saying in the Shastra that the sannyas should not cook. So the sannyasis there in the Advaitavadi monists group, they are very strict about this. So even Mahaprabhu, we see that when Mahaprabhu was going somewhere, always there was a cook with Mahaprabhu to cook for him. Because at that time, the rules were so strict.
ये समझ तो दिखा गया शास्त्र के नहीं लोग तुमके सन्यासी थोड़ी मान लेंगे, जहाँ तहाँ खा ले तो इसलिए नहीं, इसलिए महाप्रभु विचारते हैं विषय मलिन है मन, मलिन मने कृष्ण ना है स्मरण, चित्त दूषित हो जाएगा.
You should not eat food from materialists, otherwise your body and mind will be contaminated.
चलो आगे की कथा हम
Anyway, we'll continue listening.
उसी प्रकार कृष्ण कहने लगे,
so like this Krishna told, oh my friends,
if
the Brahmanas didn't give you food, no problem. Let's go to the Brahmanis, to the wife of the Brahmanas.
अच्छा, और यहाँ पर भी और भी कहा गया
Also, there's another thing also that
दीक्षित होने पर भी,
even although the person might have diksha initiation,
यहाँ पर विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती हैं, दीक्षिताम न तु भुंजिते, यहाँ तक भी दीक्षा होने पर भी,
even although the person might have diksha,
उनके हाथ से भी भोजन करना नहीं चाहिए.
you should not eat from his hands. Means, what's the meaning actually?
बोले संप्रदाय संप्रदाय साधु से दीक्षित हो,
Means you have to accept food from a sadhu which has diksha in some sampradaya, like bona fide sampradaya, not from any lineage or anything.
विफला मता श्री ब्रह्म रुद्र सनक इति खिति पावन. सांप्रदायिक साधु होनी चाहिए.
So should be from a sampradayik sadhu. Means the sadhu maybe has diksha, but
ऐसे अजड़ गजड़
any kind of sadhu from any lineage, and they say, oh, we have this diksha. Some people has diksha in the mantra of Shiva, also of Kali. They are also called dikshit, means also says they have diksha, but which kind of lineage is there? Their initiation, you know. So you should eat food cooked by someone who has diksha in a bona fide lineage and sampradaya. So nowadays you even have to analyze which kind of sampradaya is this, because by the influence of time, everyone slowly they spoiled, you know, they gone bad, you know, all many different kinds of lineage, they deviate. For example, in Vrindavan there's the Radha Vallabha sampradaya, and on the day of Ekadashi, they don't follow Ekadashi. They eat on that day, they eat grains on the day of Ekadashi. So you can say, oh, but they also Vaishnavas with Diksha, so what will you do? So you have to analyze all these things. So although the person has a sampradaya, you have to see if the person is following all the good behaviors, he has good conceptions, principles, morals, etc. So and they feel they say they are in the Nimarka Sampradaya.
अपने को निम्बार्क संप्रदाय मानते हैं, किंतु किंतु ऐसे कहो जो भाई ये तो भाई संप्रदाय है, इनसे भोजन करे.
So you can say, oh, they are also from a sampradaya, let's eat from them. That's why Vishwanath Chakravarti said, although the person is in a sampradaya, is amongst the 4 sampradayas, if this person is not following the good principles and everything, you should not eat from this person's hands, like what is cooked by him. Also, this also you should analyze. Otherwise, you say, oh, they are from the Nimbarka Sampradaya, but then on the day of Ekadashi, I'll eat also from them. But they're eating on Ekadashi, they're eating rice and other things. This is not proper.
यहाँ पर बहुत सुंदर कहते जा रहे हैं. यहाँ पर कहते जिस कथा हम लोग वर्णन करें, यहाँ पर भी कह रहे हैं, जो समस्त ब्राह्मण लोग जो यज्ञ आदि करने थे,
so these brahmanas were doing fire sacrifice.
सब शास्त्रज्ञ थे.
They knew all the meanings of Shastra and everything.
भगवता जद्दा श्रृण्वन्तु न शुश्रुवम् क्षुद्रासा भूरि कर्मणो बालिसा वृद्धमानिनः. वह स्वर्ग आदि क्षुद्र सामान्य फलों की आशा से,
so these brahmanas, they were doing fire sacrifice to get actually an insignificant goal. And at that moment, the brahmana boys, they didn't listen to the prayers of the boys.
कृष्ण के सखाओं के क्यों भोजन क्यों नहीं दिया? शास्त्र में लिखा गया, कोई भी व्यक्ति गृह में.
So you can say, you know, they knew all the Shastras, all these Panditas doing fire sacrifice. Some guests came to them, like the Sakas, friends of Krishna. Why did they treat them so harshly? Why they didn't feed or give something to them? Because Shastra explains that if anybody comes to you, to your house, or to you, you should honor this person.
अरे ठाकुर जी के कोई विशेष तिथि भी का समय होता है, ठाकुर जी के लिए रख दो अगली.
So the devotee told, oh, but what if the person comes, but we haven't yet offered the food to the deity? So Gurudev said, But some special situation, or sometimes it's some different occasion, some time, place, and circumstance. So you should analyze this.
थोड़ा बहुत है? अरे ठाकुर जी के कोई विशेष तिथि भी का समय होता है, ठाकुर जी के लिए रख दो अगली।
So we can just keep for the deity a bit aside for the deity. So it depends on the circumstance. Like for example, we saw in the time of Prabhupada a lot, and until nowadays also we see. Maybe like Gurudeva is going to somewhere, or we have to go somewhere. So we have to catch a train like 9 o'clock, suppose 9 a.m. We have to catch a train 10 p.m., 10 a.m. But the food is only offered to the deity midday, right? Okay, you cook and then you keep on the plate separately for the deity, like the parts of the deity. You offer separately to the deity whatever you cooked, and later the pujari, in the time when he will offer the food, he will offer that to the deity, and the rest you have to serve the Vaishnavas. Otherwise the Vaishnavas will go without even eating. So this also you should analyze. So Prabhupada also, there are many stories of the associates of Prabhupada about this. Bhaktivinoda Bhakti Goswami Maharaj told about this. If we have to catch a train or something, then you keep separate the part which should be offered to the deity, and the rest you feed to those who will travel. I saw also in the time of Gurudev, sometimes at the time of Gurudev we had this rule that if Gurudev hadn't taken prasad, we're just sitting in line and waiting, or standing and waiting. Like Gurudev maybe went maybe Gurudev went to some doctor or something, and then we will not take prasad before Gurudev comes back to the temple. So Premananda also would say, no, we'll not give prasad before Gurudev comes, and then we were waiting, like sitting and just waiting. Gurudev told us, okay, you have nishta in me, this is good, it's very good you have nishta with me. But if I'm taking so late, if I'm taking so long to come back, like 2 p.m., you can just keep my plate separately, and you can also serve Vaishnavas, like before I come. There's no harm, because there is a special circumstance. It's not like every day that we are eating before Gurudev. Gurudev didn't eat and the disciples are eating first. It's not always. It's just some special circumstance came. I've seen the time of Gurudev. We had this nishtha. Premananda Prabhu, he used to live here, and I saw if Gurudev wouldn't take prasad, then he wouldn't give food to anyone. Even he used to lock the kitchen so that nobody would take the food. Then when Gurudev used to come back, then we take prasad. But also there is also this depending on the circumstance. So I have to analyze this. Otherwise, niyam agraha and niyam agraha. So in the Padashamrita it says, following too much rules and regulations, like better strictly follow and not following also. So niyam agraha and niyam agraha. So I have to analyze this all. So in the Padashamrita, Srila Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada, he said, means you don't follow the rules, this niyam agraha. Niyam agraha means, oh no, I must strictly follow all the rules. Oh, Gurudeva comes back 10 p.m. doesn't matter. If Gurudeva hasn't come back, I will not give food to anyone. Also, this also should not be like this as well. So it depends on the time, place, and circumstance. We have to follow the rules depending on time, place, and circumstance. So if you said, oh, if somebody comes to me but we haven't offered the food to the deity yet, then how to feed this person? So you have to analyze according to the circumstance. So here is saying that the Brahmanas, although they were so scholar, they had so much knowledge, why they didn't feed the boys, the sakas of Krishna who came? because
अंतर अर्थ नहीं जानते।
they didn't know the actual meaning of the Shastra.
मरे और शास्त्र पढ़ी के तारी।
So some people they read Shastra and they deliver, some people read Shastra and they go to hell.
मरता है और शास्त्र पढ़ करके कोई तर जाता है। तात्पर्य क्या है?
So what does that mean?
तात्पर्य समझना चाहिए।
So you have to understand the meaning of the Shastra. Like for example, now today he was saying, and we are discussing that in the morning. So you have to see what is written before and after. In Chaitanya Charitamrita is saying that, oh, it's your dharma, it's the Muslim religion to be against Hindus. But which context this is being spoken? In which context? Otherwise you just be like not understanding the real meaning. Like, okay, Mahaprabhu told this in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, but you have to understand. That's why you have to study Bhagavatam under the guidance of the Vaishnavas. And having taken shelter of the feet of Mahaprabhu. Otherwise you like challenging me. And I also challenged, I said, okay, show me where is written that. So the Muslim religion is to be against Hindus. It's saying that in Chaitanya Charitamrita. He was challenging me, like, and I also said, okay, but read properly what is saying that in the Bhagavata, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Sorry. Okay, Mahaprabhu told this, but in which context? Why he's saying this before and after? What is he saying? Otherwise, you just take the statement like isolated. So otherwise, you'll be just like Zakir Naik, which is like a Muslim preacher. Okay, you become like a Muslim or what? Okay, kill cows in the temple then? So no. So you have to understand the meaning of the Shastra, what it's saying or not. So here Vishwanath Chakravarti explains in the commentary that the Brahmanas, they knew all the Shastra and everything. And in Shastra is saying that if some guest comes to your house, you should never ever neglect him. At least 4 things you have in your house. So like sweet words, for example, you can say, please come Maharaj, please come. So God can give you tongue to speak sweet words. Please come Maharaj, please come Maharaj. Oh, you blessed soul, please come and chant holy names here. So this etiquette. There's an etiquette, not like, hey, why did you come here? Saying like that, this. No. With sweet words, oh, please Maharaj, please come, aye, like, please come, oh, please come. Maharaj, please come to my house. So first you have to follow the morals, you know, the normal morals of this world. Like, so my Gurudeva, Srila Vamana Maharaj used to say, if you don't have not even common sense, then how will you be able to have transcendental knowledge, you know? So, which kind of common sense? Oh, saint, please come. So sweet words, and then second, you can offer an asan to that person. But you say, oh, but I'm so poor, I don't have an asan. Okay, whatever you have, even like torn out clothes or worn out clothes, you can offer as an asan. Okay, but if you don't have this, even a cloth to offer as an asan, you can just blow like, you know, like this on the floor to clean the floor. Okay, but you're saying you don't have a gamcha. Okay, but you're saying that, but okay, even if you don't have a gamcha, you can with your hands or with a broom, you can clean the floor and make that place nicely for the person to sit, your guest. So first, sweet words, you invite the person. Just like when you do puja to the deity, also we call the deity, oh Bhagavan, please come, agacham. Please come. We invite the deity when you're doing puja. So the deity is up in the altar and the pujari is sitting down, isn't it? And then you can see that the pujari also puts an asan in front of the deity. Sometimes I become surprised, amazed. I think in the Western countries or somewhere, I see that they don't give asan to the deity, and they are just like, they are standing on the asan, on the seat, and not giving to the deity any seat, I saw. Because they think, oh, this asana is for me to stand. No, this asana is not for you, which is in the altar. This asana is for the deity. But in the time of Arati, they're not giving asana to the deity. Not here, I'm saying other places I saw. So the person is standing on the asana, and they don't give asana to the deity. So if there's only one asana, then you should first give an asana to the deity. Because even in the mantra is there, you're invoking the deity and you're giving the asana to the deity. But this person, what they're doing? The person is standing in the asana and then doing arati. You should understand this. So there are two asanas, one for you and another for the deity. So our pujari here, he's doing this. So in the Kesavaji Gauriya Mata here, they follow properly all the rules. In other temples, they don't follow so properly the rules. That's why Gurudev said, you can listen to the class of Gurudev. He told, the archana and that they follow in Kesavaji Gauriya Mata. Everybody should follow this. Not the rules of ISKCON, what ISKCON is doing or not. No. You can listen to the class of Gurudev in 96 or 97. Some people said, Gurudev, we have so many temples, so which kind of rule will follow? In which, like,
आरती करते रहते, उचित नहीं, ये समझना चाहिए, हैं? आज उसकी सभी लोग फॉलो करें, इसका के नहीं.
So Gurudev said everybody have to follow the rules of Kesavaji Gauriya Mata. So you can listen to this class of Gurudev from 96 or 97. Oh Gurudev, we have so many temples, so which rules and etiquette of which temple should we follow? Then you can listen, Gurudev, he told the rules of our Kesavaji Gauriya Mata. So you can see here, until nowadays, from the time of Gurudev, and since I came here, I see that they give an asana to the deity. So in one asana, the pujari sitting or standing, and another asana to the deity. Some temples, they don't even give the asana to the deity. I'm not criticizing, but this is the rule actually. Should be an asana for the deity. So I'm not criticizing. No, I'm not criticizing. But you have to learn this, because my kata is going to the Western countries, and the Westerners, they are not giving asana to the deity. They are just standing in one asana and doing arati. And I told something, and the person told no, because I came from ISKCON and I saw in ISKCON they do like this. But I told no, it's not like ISKCON. So I have to follow what Gurudev is saying and Shastri is saying. So first, sweet words, and then asana, you can offer the asana. And third, like you came from very far, so you can give at least a glass of water. Oh Maharaj, your mouth is so dry because you came from far, so please take this water. So it's not Bisleri water. No need to be Bisleri water. You can give some fresh or good water you have in your house, and you can just give this water. Shastra explains. And third, if God gave you, then you can give some donation. I'm not saying that you need to give everything, just like Harichandra or something. Understand? Do you understand or not? And
सब तो दान कर दिया, अभी दक्षिणा तो नहीं दिया, हैं? दक्षिणा दो, बोले दक्षिणा कहाँ से? बोले राजकोष, राज दान कर, राज तो मेरा ही हो गया.
So just like है
कि नहीं हरिश्चंद्र की कथा,
the story of Harishchandra, he gave everything to Vishwamitra, right? And then the sadhu told him, okay, give me donation. Then Harishchandra said, okay, I'll take from my treasury. But the sadhu told, no, but already you give me everything. So even the money you have in the treasury is also mine. I'm not saying like this, you have to give everything just like Harishchandra, but... Okay, so what to do? So that's why he told, oh, sell yourself, and then give me, sell yourself. So this is the story of Harishchandra. But I'm not saying like this. Not you don't need to be like Harishchandra. Okay, if Lord gave you something, then give something. If Lord didn't give you, so okay. If you don't have anything, Shastra say, there's a shloka saying, okay, you can give sweet words and you can pray, hey, a great soul, you came to my house, I'm so sad that I don't have any donation to give to you. What can I do? If Bhagavan gives me something, certainly I will give you. So you can say like this, sweet words to the saint. And you can please the saint like this. And then another thing, when the saint leaves your house, you have to give at least 7 steps following him. So all these rules are there. So Vishwanath Chakravarti wrote in the commentary, when the saint leaves your house, okay, if you don't have money to give donation, okay, no problem. But you have to, at least for 7 steps, you have to follow behind him. But if the saint did something bad, Shastra explains also that the saint takes all your sins, so he takes. So it's not a joke, I'm just saying that. Sorry, I'll just repeat that. If the saint did something bad, Shastra explains that the saint will take all your punya with him, all your pious deeds. And if the saint did some sin, knowingly or unknowingly, he'll leave these sins in your house. It's not a joke. Shastra really says this. So if knowingly or unknowingly the saint did some sin, he doesn't stay with him, but if he did something like that, so he'll leave these sins in your house. So all these rules Shastra explains. So I'll finish Harikatha here. So all this katha is very beautiful. So many teachings are here. So everybody knows the katha, the story, but the teachings which exist in these stories that is written in Vishwanath Chakravarti commentary, we have to speak about this.